Welcome everybody out to the video about milestones as a part of the Takt production system series on the LeanTakt YouTube channel. We're going to continue our progress onto step number 2 and talk about milestones. So when you are developing your Takt plan and you already know what your programs are and your projects and how they're laid out, you'll want to start building your Takt plan on the project level. Now you can do this in one of two ways as you start with milestones. You can have the start date and the stipulated end date. That's what it's called if it is given to you. You can have those given to you or provided, and then you as a Takt practitioner can fit in the phases and the structure within it and do what's called optimization, which means that the ratio of Takt wagons, Takt time, and zones will decide how fast these phases are going. And so you can optimize without burdening trades and have these phases go faster depending on how many zones you have. And so really great Takt practitioners will be given a start date and an end date, and then they will fit the Takt plan within. Another way to do this is to have a start date and then to, based on the local, regional resources, the availability, the trades, and the durations that are common to your local area, go build a Takt plan and structure it, and then tell the owner when we can complete the job and make sure that we have a correct overall total project duration. In the past, people have said, hey, don't do this because you don't know if your schedule is too conservative or too aggressive, right? There's no way to check it. But nowadays we have a way to check the speed of these phases with what's called the realized flow potential percentage, which means that we can tell when your phases are within the proper ranges. So this is verifiable. So whether you have a start and an end date and you just fit the Takt plan in between, or you have a start date and then you build it and tell the owner when we can finish, either way it's fine as long as you have the proper throughput for the overall project. Now, you will have a substantial completion date typically in a project. You will also have a final completion. So substantial is when typically your building is ready to occupy, it's safe, the life safety systems are complete and signed off, it is ready, and it is finished and usable for its intended use. There is an owner's punch list. You have a temporary certificate of occupancy or C of O actually in some authorities having jurisdiction, right, in some regions. And you probably have a preliminary balancing report and you still have to do building flush and functional performance testing, right? So there's a number of requirements for this, but this is when the owner can start moving in while the contractor is finishing the building flush, functional performance testing, and the punch list. Then final completion is when the building is done, freaking done. And the financial completion is an interesting one that I like because I'll talk to project teams and they'll say, yeah, we had a delay in the project. They've given us a time extension and they're very excited about it. But then I ask, hey, are we getting paid for that? Well, no, we're not getting paid, but we have the extension. Well, the time between the original deadline and the new push deadline costs money in general conditions and general requirements, and also likely craft labor costs. So knowing your substantial completion, your final completion, and your financial completion are very, very good ideas. So this is the concept of starting with milestones. As you develop the Takt plan, you can also identify intermediate milestones, like for instance, site work, foundation, structure, power on, air on, exterior, interior, things like that, and really drive the project. Give the team strenuous performance goals and have milestones that you can pull plan to. So as we go through this series and in the book, we're giving you a framework. And so the framework here as we start are your milestones, your beginning, end, and your intermediates. And this will start to build, but this is the beginning, or at least step 2 of how you build your Takt plan. On we go.